What's up, folks? Johnny Lee Reinoso here with My Living Media and Reinoso Global Consulting. Thank you for stopping by. In this video, I want to talk to you about pipeline management. Pipeline management. I don't care if your CRM is Salesforce, HubSpot, GoHighLevel, an Excel spreadsheet, whatever it is that you use. I want to talk to you about how to truly take control over your pipeline and be accountable for your actions. Let's get started. So folks, I've been in sales for quite some time, and for those of you who've been following my channel, thank you for liking and subscribing, because we're here to bring great value to the entrepreneurs, to business owners, and for those in sales. And in this video, I really want to get down to pipeline management, because guess what? I consult many different organizations: insurance, real estate, in the car industry, work with advertising industry, industrial engineering industry, many different types of industries that we work in. And one of the things that I realize when it comes to pipeline management is that everybody loves to have a tremendous amount of activity, loves to have what I call ink on paper, or I call dark spaces or letters on white spaces, like calendars. Like, look, I'm busy. Look, there's activity. Look, the pipeline list. Look, I entered all these things. They love to have all this busyness and this movement, and that's great, because without action and activity, there are no outcome that we want, right? So we need to have action in order to win in business and in sales especially. That being said, my biggest thing is when I look at a pipeline, I could tell right away if the salesperson is checking the box or actually wanting to win. Let's talk about that real quick, right? Sometimes in business, we just want to check the box, or at least salespeople do, because they know their manager's looking at them. Did they make 100 calls today? Yes, check. Did they speak to 5 people today? Yes, check. Did they book a meeting today? Yes, check. Did they sell some today? No. Don't say anything, right? Nobody ask any questions, right? That's what they are afraid of, this level of visibility. But also, there's this other component to it, which is, do they actually move the pipeline down the path that we desire? Because many people love to have a lot of great things in their pipeline. Look, boss, I just had this great meeting with this guy. He's the vice president of supply chain. We had a good conversation. He's interested in our software. And, he and I talked about it. I'm going to get him a quote next week because he's looking to making a complete change. And, our meetings, and I'm going to put 10% probably. Okay, cool. And then, I got him a quote. He should be interested. So I'm going to now move him to maybe 25%. Okay, that's awesome. Keep it up. Now a week goes by, and 2 weeks go by, and there's no follow-up meeting, and 3 weeks go by, and 4 weeks go by, and then your head of sales has the meeting with the reps every day. We're looking at the pipeline. What we got? Oh, I got $6 million in my 10%. I got $25 million in this percent. I got whatever your pipeline, however big it is. Or if you're selling real estate, I got 5 homeowners that are thinking about selling. I had a couple conversations with them. When was the last time? Oh yeah, I'm talking to them all the time. I'm sending them text messages and all these things. And you're going back and forth. You're looking at, well, do we have any control over this? What's really happening in your pipeline? So back to the complex sales process or the higher ticket items. So you had a great meeting with this executive, with this target person, with this buyer of your services. He's interested, she's interested in what you offer. She wants to learn more. You bam-fammed them, book a meeting from a meeting. Now you walked into that second meeting. You had a great meeting, right? What's the probability of you potentially closing this one? What do you rate that probability? Well, I rated 10%. Fantastic. Great job. That was the first meeting. What about the second meeting? Do they still agree to discuss further? Are they interested in getting a commitment letter? Folks, go back to that other video, commitment letter. Are they interested in getting a commitment letter from me? Yes, they are. Fantastic. Wonderful. What do you rate them? 25% then. Okay, awesome. I'm not going to knock that, especially if it's within what? 3 to 5 business days, right? We're still keeping it there. Then the question is, when does the prospect expect to close it? When does your target contact expect to close? When does he want to actually move forward? Well, I didn't ask that. What do you mean? Well, I didn't want to pressure. What do you mean? You're a trusted advisor. That's what we do. Remember the previous videos, right? We talked about this. In order to win in the game of sales, you have to overcome trust. And trust is what? Intimacy times credibility minus risk equals trust. If it's intimacy times credibility minus risk, if you cared enough about them, you created a level of intimacy. You talked about their business. You engaged with them. You were able to see what their goals are. You were able to understand what it is they're trying to solve for. Credibility is what? It's where you talk about, how you've done it before, where you've done it before, how you can take them to the promised land because of your previous experiences. And when you do this right, guess what happens to risk? Risk gets lowered tremendously. Now they're not that afraid to move forward with you. And what happens to the trust? It goes up through the roof and they end up winning and being super happy with you, right? That's the goal. So let's get back to this. If you didn't ask your prospect when they're looking to move forward, when they're looking to make a decision, when they're looking to actually get this new software or technology in their system to start solving the challenges that they're dealing with and getting to the promised land, is because you didn't build enough trust. So you're afraid that you're going to come across like a salesperson. Not what I'm asking you to do at all. So let's assume you do build trust and you say to the person, so Fred, help me understand. Really excited to get started with you with this ad, with this advertising goals that you have here to really get more customers in the door for you. So with this next step, when are you looking to really start to see the needle move for you? When do you want to start to get all of these customers coming in or the phones ringing? Is it this month or next month? How soon do you want to see it? I want to see it this month as soon as possible. Fantastic. So it sounds like this is urgent, correct? It sure is. Wonderful. Let me go ahead and get you the commitment letter. And let's make sure we get, so I'm going to put like a projected close date of like, say, May 25th. Is that correct? Or May 31st. Is that cool? It sure is. Wonderful. We're going to put that down. Based on their goals and desire. Now you put it down. Now you follow up and you say, let's go ahead and schedule another meeting, right? Because today's May 18th. Let's go ahead and schedule another meeting. Let's say May 25th. Right? If you have any questions, right? I know we went over the commitment letter. I know you're excited to move, but I really want to start that just so if you have any questions and we could get going because I think you have to get with your team. Yes, I do. Wonderful. Boom. Now you could sit here and say, I'm at around 50% because the person now gave you a time commitment and you're moving the needle. You're moving the needle. You're having conversations. Now it sits here for 3 weeks. You haven't heard from them. God, please, God willing, you did call them. I'm hopeful that you actually reached back out. If you didn't, shame on you because you're not managing your book of business. Listen, if you're the kind of salesperson that you're driving into the office, you grab your cell phone and it goes ding and you look and it got, oh, that one closed. I didn't even know that one was going to close. Oh, that one came in. Gosh, I thought that was dead. Guys, if you do that, you're running a reactionary business, not a proactive business that's taking control over your pipeline. You should know right now what this week is going to go from 25 to 50, from 50 to 75, from 75 to close. You should know right now. And you might want to add an extra step. Maybe you want to add, oh, that was a bad 90 there. Maybe you want to add a 90%, right, along the way based on the conversations. The net is you should be moving at a minimum, depending on how deep your pipeline is, anywhere between 10 to 20% of your pipeline down each category. Let me explain again, one more time. If you have 10 deals in 10%, you should be moving two over to what? 25%. If you have, let's say, 20 deals now in 25%, let's say you have 20 deals, right? Let's put 20 over here. You should be moving at least four over to 50%. And let's say in 50%, you're going to have less because it's going to be less and less, right? For the most part, as you go over 25. So now if you have, let's say 15, you should be moving 3 over to 75%. And ultimately, if that's the case, you should be moving 1 to close. Do you see how easy it is? Do you see how easy it is when you move these things down the path? Do you see how easy it is to go from 10 to 25, 25 to 50, 50 to 75, 75 to close? But one thing is critical. You have to manage your pipeline. Don't be afraid. If you're not managing your pipeline is managing you. Folks, I'm hopeful you found this video extremely helpful. If you like it, click the like button below, comment below, share this with others in sales, in business. And again, click the link right here to watch the next video. Talk to you soon.